Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks for listening and thanks for connecting. This is Connect to create the change that we all deserve. I'm coming to you live because I've had another setback. I've been writing a novel for the last 4 years. So as you know, I have also dealt with a narcissistic psychopath. I won't be naming or shaming anyone here. I'll be telling you about my experiences and how I have been navigating certain authorities and a number of authorities who are supposed to be keeping our communities and our children safe, only care about money and corruption. This is heavy, and my education, it's not a story because there are factual truths to everything that I will be sharing with you over the next coming weeks. I'm doing this because he has intercepted my movement and success. So a narcissistic father who is a real estate agent, let's call him a narc. He has his own vendors advocate business here in Victoria, Melbourne, Australia. I am creating this information because it is universal. I have spoken to many women, hundreds of women all over the world over the last 4 years who have dealt with partners or ex-partners who control, manipulate, constantly surveillance, and operate illegally within their community, within their lives, within their own heads. And they're the ones who need the help. They're the ones who need to be put into an institution to heal their minds and their bodies so they do not perpetrate domestic violence and narcissism onto their children. So, lately, I will show you. First of all, I met this psychopath back in 2014, July. We were only together for a couple of months before I fell pregnant. I was 39 years old. He wanted me to have an abortion. Fair enough. We didn't know each other all that well. I told him that I could do this on my own. I wanted to do this on my own and I didn't need his help or support. He could go away forever and I wouldn't ask for a single cent from him. Now, let's fast forward about 8 years. My son lives with me 74% of the time, but his father decides to tell him that he wants to see his mother dead. So, after 8 years of financial, emotional, psychological abuse and constant surveillance, I decide to attend the police station to report his sorry ass. It ends up going to the magistrate's court. The magistrate court files an intervention order immediately. And the male judge says on the 28th of July, 2021, it was an evening, so it was during COVID, and I took the call in my bedroom so my son couldn't hear. The judge asked me if I wanted to suspend family orders and cut my son's communication with his father. I froze. And I said no, because he would literally get someone to kill me. He wouldn't do his dirty work. He would be the one to kill me. Now, I was advised to go to the family court again and apply for to reduce my son's time with his father because my son did not want to see his father. He did not want to be subjected to the constant manipulation, lies, and neglect that he was getting. This is a narcissistic psychopath who drinks alcohol, who is a communal narcissist. So people see right through him. The mums at my son's school, The principal is scared of this narcissistic psychopath. The parents at this school see right through him, but they don't want to get involved. They don't want to take sides, and they want to have peace. And that's all I wanted for my son. I caught this narcissist having sex with his ex, Micela, while I was in his house over the weekend because I didn't move in after I had my son. I was in his house breastfeeding my son upstairs in his house in Chelsea Heights. So it was a hot night. It was the night of my birthday, I believe, the end of November. I was 41 years of age. My son was sleeping. I still breastfed my son for almost 2 years. I'm disciplined. My background is health and well-being. So I breastfed Declan for just over 2 years. The music went on. It was about 11 o'clock at night. It was so hot I needed to go downstairs to get a glass of water. I opened the door to the lounge room and the kitchen and the living area where I found them, both half naked, on the couch. I looked at him in the eye. He didn't get up. I took my water and went back upstairs. Closed the bedroom door, put the wardrobe in front of the bedroom door so he wouldn't come up. I heard the music turn off and the front door close. He came upstairs and he went to the bedroom next to my son and I, where I was sleeping with Declan. In the morning, I got up to find that he was still trying to want to communicate with me. So I said, you either drop it or I leave. He didn't end the relationship with Micela. So it was weeks later until I left, but I still gave him a chance. I was there, and my friends would call me over Christmas to wish me a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And I was friends with I still am, I believe, friends with a very well-known international Italian comedian who called me to wish me a belated happy birthday and a Merry Christmas, and to tell me that he was driving by to see my beautiful son. So I gave him the address and I asked him if my friend could come and visit at his house in Chelsea Heights. He took the phone off me and he said no. He was jealous of who I was actually speaking to and didn't know that I was connected to a lot of people. And I know a number of very influential Australian personalities and a number of reputable, well-known individuals. I'll go into my background a bit later on, but without getting off the topic, this is what I have been receiving over the last few months and continue to receive. So it's not only the fact that he has actually lied about me within the family court, he has also enlisted the support of a single person expert, a family report writer, a psychologist who works within the Federal Family Circuit Court, who lied about my mental health. And it was all about my mental health. It wasn't even about my son's health and well-being, who had lived with me, his mother, for the last 8 years. He turned it around and lied within the Federal Family Circuit Court. The judge didn't even look at the previous 8 years of evidence of domestic violence, financial abuse, surveillancing my home and work, attending my house at 11 o'clock at night so he could start an argument and then turn it around and say that I assaulted this narcissistic, lying real estate agent. That wasn't it. So these are the cards that I have been receiving from the Waratah mental health clinic, Royal Melbourne Hospital. They continue to put these cards underneath my doorstep to say to me that they need to contact me for a mental health check. I've been working full-time in the aviation industry. I've been teaching Pilates. A lot of you are my Pilates clients. A lot of you have been my Pilates clients. He continues to try to discredit my name. Nobody wants to get involved. Nobody wants to support women like me. This affects everyone out there. Your grandchildren, your children, your sons and daughters who are manipulated by parents who neglect their children, who are only using their children as pawns to gain child support payments. It's about money. It's not about respect and the love for these children. I left this narcissistic psychopath because he wouldn't give up having an emotional and sexual relationship with his ex-girlfriend. I've done a lot of research on narcissistic psychopaths, and they are incapable of any emotional feelings. They are not empathetic. And empaths like me pick up on that negative energy, dishonesty and disrespect. I am a human truth detector. I see through people's bullshit. And this is why I am and have been enlightened over the last few years. I'm coming to you live because I am receiving things like this from the Waratah Mental Health Clinic at the Royal Melbourne Hospital, saying that there have been members of community wanting to get in touch with me because they're concerned for my mental health and well-being. The police attend my home and do a welfare check at 11:55 p.m. on a Wednesday night. I'm a single mum at home on her own. They leave this: please contact your mental health nurse or else we will continue to come around. I've been seeing a psychologist for the last 9 years. My father died in 2016. I finally walked away from this manipulative, dishonest, narcissistic, communal narcissistic psychopath who manipulates everyone and turns everything around to make it everyone else's fault instead of getting healing and making it their own faults and their own, that they don't take accountability for what they've done. I walked away in peace, asking him if we could co-parent respectfully. You can conduct your affairs how you see fit. I will conduct my life how I see fit. Leave me the hell alone. He has since spoken to my family and discredited my name to community members within Melbourne, within the Essendon community to where I live. He has his fiance who also needs mental help. I'm not the one that needs the mental health. No doubt she has connections within Centrelink who continuously harass me. So he's turned it around so I can provide child support payments to this narcissistic psychopath because he did not provide 1 single cent to me over 8 years. I didn't go for him for any child support payments. I wanted to be left alone with my son in peace and harmony to get on with my life. He set up individuals to have conversations with me in my car. So he's tracked my car and he's put a bug in my dashboard. He did this back in 2016 when I was with him, and he wanted me to drive and take my car to his friend's house close to Frankston. So this was the end of 2015. So I was somewhere in October, November. He told me that he lost his credit card while he was buying alcohol at this beer, wine and spirits down the road from his friend's house in Frankston. So he took my car and he left for an hour to say that he had to find his credit card. When he came back, there was oil and grease on my steering wheel and in my car. I have not been able to find this tracking device, and he only gets so-called friends to contact me while I'm in my car to have a conversation about certain people. So, for instance, so-called friend calls me. I'm driving up my driveway, and it's not a coincidence. It seems to happen every single time I drive up my driveway. She tells me that she went out the evening prior and saw one of my cousin's husbands who was filling up another girl at this bar. She goes in length as to what the girl looked like, and she knew my cousin's husband because she has been a member of my family and my mother's friend for a number of years. So I am telling her that it is none of my business. However people conduct their lives, again, is none of my business. He's turned a number of conversations around to discredit me to my friends and my family. So enough's enough now. I'm coming out. I am whistleblowing a number of authority figures who need to step up in this community. People who work in authority, who are corrupt, who need to step up. I'm sick and tired of the individuals who are supposed to be protecting the future of our children, who are supposed to be protecting the community, and who are supposed to be protecting single mothers like me, who are constantly put under the microscope, surveillanced for going to report domestic violence, financial abuse, and emotional abuse. My son comes home and tells me that Daddy said he wants to see you dead, Mummy. Enough's enough. It's been 10 years. I'm coming out because he has tried to intercept my contacts within the publishing industry. And again, he tried to intercept a contact that is helping me with my book. I'm writing the factual truths about the systems and the authority figures who are supposed to be protecting the community, the future generations, protecting our sons and daughters, and supposed to be protecting mothers, single mothers, or single fathers who are being abused by narcissistic psychopaths who need help. They need support to heal. They need to be institutionalized to heal their minds and bodies so they do not impart their pain on the next generation. Enough is enough. I will be connecting and I will be telling my story in sequence every single day. This is diaries for Declan's, affidavits for Declan, whatever you want to call it. I have no set agenda. I am going through and writing my novel, and this will be an education for parents out there to protect their children, sons and daughters, the future generation, and narcissistic psychopaths like single person expert psychologists who are supposed to be working ethically within the family court need to be reprimanded, need to be held accountable for the lives they are destroying. I do not have a mental illness, doctor, you know who you are. I do not have anything wrong with me, and I will not be degraded by anyone out there. I'm coming to you live because I'm sick and tired of so-called family and so-called friends also not wanting to understand that the future generations are and require support and help. This is my story. My novel will be out and I will continue to write it. So you can't stop me, you narcissistic psychopath. You cannot intercept me. I will get my story out there and the truth will be told. The systems within the family court, the systems within Victoria Police, the corrupt systems within Centrelink need to be held accountable. The people within these systems who should be authority figures, who should be working ethically, will be held accountable. So Amanda, Rishworth, Vicky Ward, thank you very much for your meeting a couple of weeks ago at the domestic violence launch, at the domestic violence march within Melbourne a couple of weeks ago on a Friday. I appreciate your time and your connection, and I have taken on your advice as well. I am writing my book. It will be published and the truth will be told. People in the authority systems will be held accountable, and I will be one of the last women to have to deal with these communal narcissists who are dishonest, manipulative, and lie, using our very systems to cover up their bullshit. Enough is enough. My son's future is at stake, and your grandchildren and your children or your sisters, brothers, families, friends' lives could be very well in danger at the hands of people within Victoria Police, people within Centrelink, the individuals within the family court system who do not work ethically, who do not understand how and what to do. I have provided factual evidence over 9 years that has been discarded, and I will not stand for it any longer. So the truth is coming out. I will be getting my story and my voice out there. You cannot silence me anymore. And this will have an effect on the world. Enough is enough. My story will be out there. Thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate your time. Thanks, everyone.